session, you will learn about basic rudiments, the basic rudiments workbook. Now that's the yellow workbook, plus the level 4 supplemental workbook. And these are meant to be completed together at the same time, followed by the level 5 supplemental workbook. RCM level exams begin with level 5. Now, when preparing students for level 5, be sure to complete the basic rudiments and the level 4 supplemental workbook before doing the level 5 supplemental workbook. It's really important. Level 4 sets the foundation for level 5, and you definitely don't want to miss this level 4. At UMT, we got you covered. Today is about level 4 and what's new. Plus, you will learn the 3 success techniques, R, B, A, for teaching level 4, and discover how to easily teach chord symbols, concepts, and other confusing stuff so you can hear what you see. Melody writing, when you think, I'm not a composer, am I? And finally, range and tone color of musical instruments and voice. And actually, why do we even need to know this? Plus, we have a very special UMTC success story from our guest, Hedy Jagersma. The level 4 table of contents itemizes the new concepts. Now remember that level 4 supplemental workbook is to be completed with the basic rudiments workbook and then followed by the level 5 supplemental workbook. So level 4 includes a comparison chart, circle of fifths, scale degrees, intervals, and more. And today, specifically, we're going to learn about triads, chord symbols, composing, comprehension, composing, and music history. And we even have an added bonus, which is the level 4 theory exam and a special certificate, because we always want to recognize our students, of course, for successful completion of each level. So that's at the end of the workbook. The level 4 comparison chart maps out the RCM level 4 theory concepts with the level 4 supplemental workbook. Now the supplemental workbook pages are indicated with a little star as new concepts introduced in the 2016 RCM theory syllabus. And these concepts are reviewed in the analysis pages. Now the basic rudiments workbook includes 12 accumulative review tests. Plus, there is a level 4 theory exam as well, and that's included in the supplemental workbook. Now, I want to ask you a quick question. Are you paying attention? When doing mock exams in your studio with your students, what image do you see of yourself? Now, think about this. Are you frustrated, sitting cross-legged in your favorite pink pumps with thousands of pages to mark, stressed about getting through everything? Or remember to use the Ultimate Music Theory Flashcards app, as the basic subject is divided into 12 decks that correlate to the 12 lessons in the matching Basic Rudiments workbook. And you will see my student using the UMT Flashcards app a little later in our presentation today. Let's learn the 3 success techniques for level 4. R, B, A. The first success technique to learn is R, receive. Receive expertise. Technique is defined as a way of carrying out a particular task to receive expertise. Ah, expertise. There is a picture, a little self-portrait. When you first learned how to use a computer, and yes, first computers really did look like that, where did you go to receive the expertise you needed to learn quickly? We all want to receive expertise in our professional development. That's why I study and research new ways of learning to grow my business. That's why you are here, to receive expertise in innovative ideas in teaching, and that's what we want our students to receive, our expertise as teachers. Now here's a fun fact. The more expertise you receive, the better looking you get. Be open to receiving expertise. Let's begin with how to receive and implement the Basic Rudiments Workbook, Lesson 7 on page 86. Now here you are learning about tonic triads in root position and the major, minor, and perfect intervals that make up the chord tonality. Watch my student Cassidy as we go through this quick 5-minute lesson. It's about building our relationship, asking questions, and fully understanding these concepts. Here's Cassidy.
Well, welcome Cassidy to your theory class today. So today we're going to be doing our basic rudiments, and we're doing lesson number 7. So you want to go ahead and open up your book to lesson number 7. Are you excited?
Very excited.
Yay! So today you're learning about major thirds, minor thirds, perfect fifths, major triads, minor triads, functional chord symbols, root quality chord symbols. And are you confused?
Yeah.
Okay. Me too. That's a lot. I see you brought your friend Sola along.
I have.
And Tito. They're just kind of hanging out. Well, that's awesome. Well, let's start at the beginning, Cassidy. So first of all, we're on page, what page you want in your workbook today?
We're on page 86.
86. Okay. And so today we're learning about major triads and minor triads. So on the whiteboard, you've drawn your circle of fifths on there, and now we're going to talk about how to determine a major triad. So go ahead and let's start. So grab your marker, and can you tell me what is the first interval, and what note are you basing that interval on?
The bottom note is C.
Okay.
And we have an interval of a major third.
Okay, so you know that you're thinking in what key when you look at that interval?
C major.
Correct. Okay, so C major, and your circle of fifths says no sharps or flats, so go ahead and write that on, Cassidy. Very good. So now what is the next interval?
The next interval is from C to G.
Okay.
And that is a perfect fifth.
Perfect fifth. Okay, excellent. So now, when you have a major third and a perfect fifth, what kind of a triad have you got?
That makes a major triad.
Major triad. Okay. What kind of a sound would that make?
A happy sound.
A happy sound. Good. And you got a happy face on, so it's perfect. Major triad. All right, so now when we have a minor sound, is that a happy sound or a sad sound?
That's a sad sound.
Sad sound. Okay, so looking at the circle of fifths, who is related to C major? Can you go ahead and point up there?
A minor.
A minor. Okay, so now we have an interval, and the bottom note is what of our next interval?
A.
A. Okay, so what key are you thinking in?
A major.
Correct. You're thinking in the key of A major. And when you look at the circle of fifths, what is in the key signature for A major?
A major has 3 sharps, so it has F sharp, C sharp, and G sharp.
Okay, so your interval over here is A to C. So in the key of C major, A would be a...
C would
be a...
Oh, C would be
a sharp. All right. So, and do you have a sharp?
No.
Okay, so what kind of an interval is that then?
So that is a minor third.
Okay, so do your karate chopping for me. So you have A to C sharp is
major.
Major, and then A to C natural
is minor.
Minor. Did it get bigger or smaller?
It got smaller.
Excellent. Okay, so now we have a minor third. Very good. So now we have A to E. What kind of an interval is that one?
That is a perfect fifth.
Okay, so go ahead and write that on, a perfect fifth. So if you have a minor third and a perfect fifth, what kind of a triad do we have?
That makes a minor triad.
Minor triad. So I noticed when you're doing your minor triad, Okay, so I noticed that when you're doing your minor triad, you've got a lowercase a for your minor triad and an uppercase C for your major triad, correct?
Correct.
So when you're looking at the key or the triad of C major, who is the root?
The root is C.
Okay. When you look at the A minor triad, who is the root?
A.
A. Okay, so when we talk about the root, and it's just a note, just above the triad of C major, the first one where you've got C major written below it, could you just put the root above that triad?
Yes.
And the root is?
C.
C. And we always use an uppercase letter when we're just talking about the note name, correct? And for the minor triad, we have A minor written below the triad, but the root is what?
Is A.
A, okay. And so we use an uppercase letter for that. Excellent. So now we're done with your basic Rudiments workbook. We're now going to go take a look at the corresponding page in your supplemental workbook.